Hey everybody! Sorry, I skipped everything. I skipped the count. Here, we're going to do countdown and intro. Here we go.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody! We are live tonight. It's another Sunday, a holiday weekend, as it were, and it has been nothing like a holiday for us because we have been busy trying to get out all those awesome orders. We want to get all those figures out to you and all the toxic gear, and we have some big news about the toxic gear tonight, and we're really excited to and proud to share that with you. Your face is like incredibly bright. I don't know why. But we have a friend with us, a very good friend and guest on the channel. Some of you may know him by face. Some of you may know him by name. But this is our friend Nick Morgan. Look at all of his Ghastly sitting behind him. He just has everything. He has them all. Look at your collection, man. That's incredible. But
Sorry, I had to figure out how to unmute it.
Hey, man,
yeah,
what's
man,
going on?
I've worked very hard on this collection. Especially when I first started getting into it, I had to go, back and get a couple. And luckily, the members in the group sometimes have reached out to me when they knew I needed something or maybe I want something, and they've offered it to me. And we've been able to work it out. So
That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. A lot of people in the Mischief Toys group, Gastlecast, We Hunt Together group know Nick. As he mentioned, he collects all the Ghastlies. He goes after the pin sets. He goes after everything. I think you might have the most complete Ghastly figure set that I think I've ever seen because you have all three of the the fail, trash, and error
Yeah.
glow Ghastlies. Yeah.
We have two complete sets. There are two other people now that have complete sets as well, but I definitely know we're the only ones that have two complete.
Holy shit!
And there's one figure that, and if you're watching this, please hit me up. There's one figure that you guys signed all three on, and we chat every now and then. He's let it be known if him and his girlfriend ever do give it up, that I get first dibs. That's the one that's sitting out there right now that I don't have.
Oh yeah, that's the one that we signed
the glow
for.
with
Yeah,
all three
we gave it away at New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what.
I will work out that trade eventually, somehow, somewhere.
So a couple of things about Nick. He reached out to us a little while ago about Ghastly being being included in like TV stuff.
Oh yeah, he was included. He was in every episode in the boys' room. Yeah.
Yeah, so that, and then we have a couple other things on the horizon. A TV show that's yet to be announced that Ghastly will show up on. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to see him, but there's a possibility, and of course, we'll be here to point that out if he's seen. I'm really excited about that. That's going to be super, super cool. But besides,
you got to work with Spike Lee and Samuel L. Jackson on the NCAA final commercials.
I love that. That's amazing. That's only Funko could say something like that. I don't know. I don't know if there's any other toy company that could say that. But the real reason why Nick is here because he's a good friend, but the reason why I wanted him on this evening is to discuss the stop motion animation that he put together. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, come on. Let's give him a hand because his work was unbelievable. He absolutely fucking killed it. And that video is now all over social media, including on this channel, on Instagram, I think on both Facebook groups, Gastlecast We Hunt Together and the Mischief Toys group. If you haven't seen the stop motion video, go and watch it right now. He put an incredible amount of work into it. I edited all of the footage, added in sound effects and music, so on and so forth. By the way, shout out your friend's band.
Oh yeah, if you're into like nice chill like surf rock, surf music with a little dark twist to it. They're called El Capitan and the Reluctant Sadist. They just put out a new album like a month ago. It's really awesome. If you're into horror and like chill surf rock, check them out. They got a Bandcamp page where you can buy the new album. And they have it coming out in vinyl later this summer.
Yeah,
awesome.
They are super awesome. So when Nick was like putting together all that footage, he was listening to them, and then he had mentioned them to me. And then I listened to them and decided in conjunction with him that we would put the music in the video. And we reached out to his buddy who, it's his buddy's band. And his buddy was like, yeah, go ahead and use it, which I thought was awesome. So just a big shout out to them. That is friggin' awesome. I love that. And I think I saw that they shared the video, in fact, somewhere.
Yeah, he did. Well, I know at least James did. That he's El Capitan. It's his band, generally. And I know he shared it. And he's really happy with it. And he says his daughter loves Tiki Gastley. Can't wait to see it. You know, they collect their. He has a large oddities kind of thing, like a similar to what we used to do. He has a called Freeman and Folgate. You know, they sell, you know, vintage, you know, very antique Ouija boards and weird oddities and Houdini collectibles and things like that. That's how he makes his living, is selling really weird things.
No shit, really.
That's cool.
That's really cool. I didn't know that at all. So, quickly, I want to pull up a photo, and I don't know how quickly I'm going to be able to do this. Heather, is there an easy place that, you know what? I know where to go. I know where I can go and find it. And in the meantime, please explain to them what we're putting up on the website.
Well, it's already up on the website. So in case you missed it, we finally got our toxic shirts and hats in. We have, we purchased the toxic shirts where it looks like Ghastly standing in a pile of toxic waste. And we also have a toxic logo t-shirt. And then the hats have the toxic logo. And the reason that they were a couple weeks behind was because there was a bit of a printing issue with the shirts, but all has been resolved and they look phenomenal. And I am so excited for you guys to get yours if you ordered one. But the coolest part, something that I didn't tell everybody because we've never done this before and I didn't get a sample of it, so I didn't want to claim something if it wasn't true. But the hats are blacklight reactive as well as the shirts. The shirts were advertised.
Let me turn off the lights so you can actually see it. Hold on, we're gonna show you. Okay, so not only
I need to see the screen.
Oh yeah. Let me pull this down. Sorry, Nick. Hold on one second. There's so much going on here. Okay. Yeah. So that's how the hat shines. The shirt shines as well. I'm wearing it right now. These hats, we're going to have two different variants of this hat up on the website. Or they're up now, right?
They're up right now.
Okay.
So we have the flat brim trucker hat and we have the flat brim snapback. They're both new eras and they are incredible.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite hats we've done so far.
I'm wearing the trucker right now, actually. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, this is the trucker.
Yeah, it shined a little bit.
Can you see it?
It's shining, but you have headphones blocking the way.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, cool. Yeah, so go and get yours if you want them because we do have, as Heather mentioned,
I think
extras.
we have. I think I over ordered by like 4 of one and 6 of the other. I think we have like 4 of the snapback and then 6 trucker hat if I remember correctly.
Yeah, this is definitely my favorite hat and favorite shirt so far that we've created. In terms of like our t-shirts, that Tiki shirt though, oh my god. What a shirt. Of course I own it right now and I wear it. I've been wearing it in a lot of our videos and we posted pictures, Heather and I modeling. By the way, we took those pictures together on a local beach place.
Well, what was annoying? Okay. So this is something that we have not like super talked about. I did make a post in the Mischief Toys Facebook group. If you're not there, head over to Facebook and search Mischief Toys. It will come up. But we decided on Wednesday that we were going to drop the Tiki on Friday. Thursday for Coven members, Friday for the general public. And I was not prepared at all. We hadn't taken pictures at all. We scrambled Thursday afternoon after Chris got out of a movie, which I didn't think that he was going to a movie after work, but we had to like scramble. We had to like run to the beach in our Tiki shirts, and the smoke was really bad from the Canada wildfires. So it was hardly beachy. There was smoke everywhere, and we did our best. But we took some amazing photos, and I'm glad that they came out well. But I did want to tell everybody that these are like the coolest shirts that we have ever done. And I love all of our shirts. Like every single shirt that we do is super, super cool.
Yeah.
But like, I never thought we would do something like this. And I'm so excited about them. They're so soft. And I'm just proud of how they came out. We're working with a local company called Route 1 Apparel, which we're going to be working with a bit more in the future because, as Chris has mentioned before, we are doing a whole Maryland line of Gastlys because that's where we're from. We're from the state of Maryland. And you will see us working with them quite frequently. But these shirts are such high quality and they are gorgeous. Like, they look good on me. I don't wear button-ups ever, but I love it. I absolutely love it. And Chris looks hot as fuck.
Did you just fart?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god, you're disgusting for real. What the
As
fuck
I'm
is
talking
shit?
about how hot you are.
You're doing no more than you're shitting your fucking pants.
We had really...
God damn, that's terrible. I was like, is it Heather's breath? But no. Oh my god, it smells like a fucking baby's diaper right now. What are you doing? Seriously, it's the air. Hold on. Give me a second. The air is still. You can't just take a shit like that in the room. You just can't. That's how it's still there. It's still not moving.
No, that's another fart.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
No, it was only one.
Okay. All right, let's get back into the groove.
It hit you as I was talking about how hot
seriously,
you are.
it's going to make me throw up. I'm not kidding you. You're going to make me... We're sitting here trying to sell our products, and you're going to make me throw up. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh my god, Funko News Canada's here, and he said "are bad" about the wildfires.
Yeah.
Do you realize that you smelled my fart as I was talking about how hot you look
Yes.
in that shirt?
And it was on purpose. It was on purpose. I know that's what you were doing it. But the big... Geez, I cannot believe it still stinks in here. So the one extra component to all of this, which we'll post very, very soon once we've received the proper photo that we want to share, is that you have a chance at a Tiki Gastley Proto if you order one of these shirts. We're going to include a Tiki Gastley Proto into one of the boxes, depending on how many figures we get, maybe two of the boxes when all the shirts go out once ordered. So this is something I don't even have. It's on our current shipment. We're getting our protos then because they weren't able to ship the protos previously. So most likely 2 Tiki Gastley protos will be going out with these shirts. At this time, I want to be very upfront, honest, and transparent. We need to sell 150 of these shirts. If we do not sell 150 of these shirts, we won't actually be able to produce them. That's the minimal limit for this company that we're working with. So let's get to 150. We're getting really close.
Yeah, we're super duper close, and I'm excited.
Yeah, we want to get close. So we're throwing in protos to enhance the pot. So let's do that. Okay. Yeah, I do need a can of Febreze. I also need to die because I'm sick to my stomach. Okay, so that's our selling. That's the shirt. The shirt's amazing. We hope that you buy it, not just for the proto, but because you like it, because this shirt is absolutely amazing. When is deadline? Deadline is next Saturday?
Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Next Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. So go get yours when you can. So, Nick, let's talk about all things Tiki Gastley. You know, it's funny.
Yeah, man.
I didn't realize that this figure had the removable, I keep wanting to call it a trident, but pitchfork. Until you made the little video. I honestly thought that you had removed the pitchfork, and then I came home one day, it was out of Tiki Gastley's hand, and Heather's like, oh yeah, it comes out. I had no idea. So upon arrival, you didn't know that either.
Right out. Yep. Yeah, I was prepared to cut it out. You know, I was prepared, but it came right out.
Look at that. It comes out really easy too. I'm really excited about this because this is future prospects for what we do with our figures. So if this is Tiki Gastley, his weapon comes out, we have a future figure who also has something in his hand, and I'm excited to learn if it is able to be removed out of his hand as well. That would be really cool.
So what you're saying is we're going to start getting Ghastly accessories.
Yes, exactly.
Possibly.
Yeah. Aside from pins like this one that glows in the dark, if you bought yourself a figure and pin, then you have a glow-in-the-dark pin. We posted photos, but the photos don't do it justice. So, Nick, give me your inside thoughts about how, you know, putting this whole thing together, where your head was at when you were doing this. Because you and I, Nick and I worked pretty, not pretty closely, I guess. We talked an awful lot, and we had live chats with each other, but it was mostly you kind of working on your own. So I just wanted to get some insider knowledge on just what was going on and how you were handling all this.
Yeah, man. Well, there's one quote that resonates in my head immediately. I don't like sand. It's coarse. It gets everywhere.
Oh my God, Anakin Skywalker.
So yeah, I mean, no, all joking aside, yeah, yeah. After we talked and I had the basic grasp of what I thought you wanted, I came up with what I thought would be cool and pitched to you, and you liked it. And I remember you stressed you wanted to look old school animation, like Pee Wee's Playhouse, and stuff like Mr. Rogers. So I really wanted to make it look old school and not extremely polished, but, like make it look fun and still nice and good,
Yeah.
But a lot of it just kind of evolved as I was playing with it and realized what I could do with the set and what the camera angles I could get. It kind of just evolved from there, and just wanted to make sure you had enough different camera angles to edit with, as depending on how long we wanted to make the promo. And I just went with that. And once I got down there and into it, 4 or 5 hours each night, I would just come in here and go at it.
So how did you do the zombie Ghastly coming out of the ground? I've really been wanting to know, and I waited until we did this for you to tell me.
So it took a minute, honestly, because I knew I had to have the shot of him coming up fully out of the ground. It couldn't just be like him with a little bit of, because you'd just see a big mound of sand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had something we got came in a Funko shoebox. It was like a blue box that looked like a shoebox. And one night I was trying to figure out
Hold on, Nick. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Are you fucking serious? Seriously?
Chris, I'm
You're gonna make me sick. For real, you're making me sick to my stomach.
My stomach is
Dude,
hurting
you have no
so
idea what's
bad.
going on this side of the camera. It is it's really fucked up. Can you do something?
I don't.
Why don't you go to the bathroom and then come back?
No, I don't have to.
Oh my God! You don't have to. I'm telling your butthole's telling me different. Your butthole's got a totally different story. Are you serious? Go ahead. Sorry, Nick. Go ahead. Don't mind me.
What were we talking about?
I don't know, but I'm ill. The zombie Ghastly.
Oh, right. So something came in like this blue Funko box. So I realized that with the box open, the lid open,
Yeah.
there was a level filled there.
Right.
So I put the sand in the box and recreated the ocean and everything on top of the box lid, and then just recreated this little island within that little sand box, and just shot it really close, replicated it. And so then when I pan back to the table, it looks like he's coming up out of just the ground. That's basically it. I built a miniature set inside of a shoebox and slowly wiggled him out frame by frame.
That
I
is
wouldn't pull him out, I
amazing.
would just wiggle him.
Wow.
Because with the sand, you have to be real careful. You can't just jerk it around. Like if you watch the stop motion, you can see the sand kind of fall off of things, and like you can't move it. You have to like barely wiggle it, so just little bits of sand fall off at the time.
Wow. Yeah, because I when I saw it, because I was reviewing a lot of this with at my day job with my boss. I was just kind of like,
this one should.
She's a good friend of mine, so I always sort of run things past her to see what her thoughts are. And she was watching it, and that was the first thing that she mentioned. She goes, "That zombie thing is so cool looking." We were discussing like how the hell you did it, like because we couldn't figure out how you did it, like how you brought him up like that. But man, what a cool shot that was. I think that's like for me, that was the standout. Aside from the volcano that you built by hand. So if you guys
it had to be the right scale for Tiki Gastley, so.
Yeah, if you guys watch that video, I'm sure most of you here have. If you haven't, you need to go watch it. He built a volcano. Like he built a volcano.
Out of cardboard and plaster bandages.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
No shit.
I think I sent you a photo one day, that ring of all the cardboard cut up, like.
Oh yeah.
I took plaster bandages and just kind of molded it, and then added sand and palm trees, And I had that in the back of it. You had to keep it hollow so you can feed whatever you want up to it. In our case, dry ice, vapor.
Oh yeah, the dry, man. You used a lot of dry ice, didn't you?
Yeah, about 12 pounds all in with everything, all the different shots and everything.
Holy shit. Yeah, the what was I gonna say? Oh, the volcano, the lava. You also handmade that shit too, right?
It's kinetic sand. I basically just looked up a recipe to make homemade kinetic sand because it was, we didn't want to go out late. We already here, so Rachel and I just mixed it up and did that. Yeah, we did both shots, the lava flowing in stop motion and going back up in stop motion. That's not just reversed. That was taking a little bit off at a time and making all the little bubbles. You would just stick a little longer toothpick in there, and I would pry it up to make the bubbles slowly come up and pop. All that jazz.
That's amazing.
It's I love stop motion. I always have. It's time consuming, and you have to keep an eye on every little element, because once you move one thing and we start moving 15 other things, every single time you take a picture you have to move every single one of those things and remember, did it move to the left or to the right, was it up or down, so yeah, I love it though. I love monotony and tedious things.
this project goes back as far as when Heather and I went to the Poppin' Off Toys event this past year. We also visited Georgia, where we met up with Nick and his family, and what a lovely time that was. That was awesome. We got to hang out and have dinner together, and I discussed the whole idea of doing this for our summer convention exclusive, and I explained to him what our summer convention exclusive was. And I remember how excited you were and how excited you were about the project, and originally it was going to be Nick and like a friend of his putting all this together. And his friend, unfortunately, wasn't available, so it came down to Nick doing it all by himself at the end.
Yeah.
And
when you have a team, it definitely is faster because, you have to take the photo and then walk all the way back and do everything and go back and take the photo. And you have to make sure you're sitting and standing at the exact same spot, because shadows cast, even slightly in the room, even if you can't see it, the camera will pick it up. So you've got to make sure you're sitting in the same position every time you're taking the photos. Yeah, that slowed it down a little bit, but in ways it helped me because I was able to do it at night here and just be able to be in my own space and flow with it. Like that wrap up video would have never happened if I was doing it with my friends. We would have said fuck this and we're done and wrapped it up.
Right. Yeah. No, you put
having it in my house allowed for like spontaneity and ideas.
Yeah, I was going to say, you putting together let me throw this out there. This all that video, the whole video was taking place on his dining room table. So the wrap up we're talking about was in a Gastlecast video this week, which we'll repost that again. But Nick also posted it in the Gastlecast Went Together group, I think, and also in the Mischief Toys group. I can't remember, but it's the deconstruction in
piece by piece.
Yeah, piece by piece, in stop motion on his dining room table, like watching it all sort of like come apart. And what an amazing video that was! It was like the excitement didn't stop with the video being completed. You also added that part of it, so I really appreciate that. And so we have been talking about a lot of future ideas, future projects. I want to do bigger and better things and cooler things and more expansive. And I have a feeling that with some of the upcoming ideas that we've come up with, it's going to be really amazing. So one of them, which I can talk about, is Demonstro. And Demonstro is going to be the larger than life character figure of Mischief Toys. So he is, just think of him as all-encompassing evil. So we want to kind of show that visually in the sound, just everything with that particular character. So you have thrown out some ideas. We can't really discuss that here, but the ideas that you've thrown my way so far are just unbelievable. You haven't seen it yet. I haven't talked to you about it yet.
He's told me some
stuff. But some of this stuff is really, really cool shit. Really excited. Also, we had a conversation this week with a comic book artist who was basically passed along by Deadpaw. So thank you, Deadpaw. The comic book artist is incredible. Such a great guy. When I was telling him what I wanted to do, he was already there. Like, he just knew, he understood what the idea was. He knew what direction I wanted to go in. So Nick, I already asked you. I want you to help me with that too. try to come up with the dialogue and sort of trajectory of what the story is going to be. So we're going to do some really cool stuff there as well. I'm going to try to include you on a lot of the projects that we're working on for Ghastly.
I'm down.
Yeah, because you got the right mindset. And I talk to a lot of people, and when I'm talking to them, they give me they have these ideas like, this is what you should do with Ghastly, and they'll say all these like really great things, but it's like nowhere in the realm of where I want to go. But when you and I discuss stuff, it's always in the realm. So I appreciate that about you.
Yeah, man. I think we have a good collaboration. I hope we keep it up.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Can we assume that the evil that Tiki Gastley is containing could be the Monstro? That's an idea. I don't know. He is definitely trying to thwart some sort of evil on Mischief Island. So something is going on there. We'll find out. We'll find out more soon.
And I want to take a second to just say something. I did it. No one saw Ghastly. I didn't tell anything about Ghastly. Didn't give anybody any hints. Didn't respond to any comments. Didn't respond to any messages. Nothing.
Yeah,
I made it.
Dude, so just curious, how many people reached out to you about this?
I mean, it wasn't a lot, but it was like 5 or 6. I mean, no one for a long time, but then I think you guys would mention it slightly we were working on something or something was coming. And it was after that one video where you like mentioned it. People were like, "Hey, so what's up with the summer exclusive? Get any hints on the summer exclusive? What's it gonna be?" And I just wouldn't respond.
Yeah, I had a feeling people would be hunting you down for that information.
No, it's no big deal. I mean, it wasn't tons of people. I was just like, but I did it. No one saw it except for Rachel.
So in the comment section, ask him questions. If you have any questions about the stop motion, about the ideas that we had with the story, just hit us up.
Man, this guy right here, he's already influencing people here. Look at this. He's making friends already.
Is that Ghastly wearing the little tiki outfit?
Yeah, man. I mean, one day, he's here one day, like already.
That's awesome. That is so fucking cool. Let's see. Whatever is living in Heather's butt is where the evil is hiding. That's 100% true. Would you guys mind if I make a Tiki Island display diorama? Of course not. No, go ahead. Have fun.
I'll send you some palm trees.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah, that was the other thing. All the little miniatures that you had for that video was really incredible.
Yeah, that was just doing research. Like for each Ghastly, like the Ghastly pin, I just looked through a lot of fish aquarium business until I found the right scale for the pin, and the same thing with the Tiki bar for skeleton Ghastly. Just measuring and hoping and crossing fingers and ordering it all. The same thing. Just ordered all the different size palm trees for the depth perspective. Yeah, all that was just measuring and ordering.
Yeah, dude. You killed it though. You killed it.
I tried. Hey, I had skull coconuts for the palm trees, but the problem was like I couldn't trust them to stay exactly, and I didn't want them to get 4 hours into a shot and have them fall and be noticeably different in every single shot.
No kidding. You had
skull.
You
coconuts.
had skull coconuts?
I didn't wind up using them because the way I had to hang them in the tree to get them to stay without seeing glue and everything, they weren't stable. So they would fall, and I didn't want to take the chance of stuff jumping around all the time in the frames, if they fell, because I could never get it back in the exact same position.
Oh shit!
So that's why I put the bigger skulls on the ground all over the place.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I'd like to see photos of the little coconuts. What camera did Nick use to shoot the video because it looked really good? That Zombie Monkey.
It was a combination of a Canon T4i and my iPhone.
Oh wow.
How did you get involved with stop action videography?
Well, I made my first stop motion film. It was actually a film within a film I did when I was 13. I took a bunch of photographs, and this is before digital cameras, so I just hoped that they were there. And I had it's kind of like a small horror detective story where somebody found all these photos, and it was like a comical thing where they were looking through the photos I stole it from Roger Rabbit. Except instead of going through the photos real quick, he flips through it and it's a skateboarder killing somebody with a trick kind of thing. So I guess that's the first one I included with a film.
Oh, that's fun.
I do it for work occasionally. And we use it in our independent films that we make. So we make stop motion not all the time, but fairly often, at least a couple a year.
Yeah, I mean that's something we haven't really touched upon yet. Your background in film. So you've been doing like these films with your friends and independent stuff for a very long time, right?
Oh shit! Like my buddy Blake, me and him have been making movies for 23, 24 years now.
Wow.
We make a couple a year. That we have a small little group of friends now. We worked like like I'll make a movie and they'll help, or my friend Brian makes a movie, we'll help. But we always are helping on each other's movies. But I say every year we make at least 3 or 4. And we always enter on the festivals. Hey, we just won one this week. We won Best Short at the Chattanooga Film Festival.
No shit, dude. That's awesome. Congratulations.
It's a movie called Content, the Lo-Fi Man. It's a homage to Tetsuo, the Iron Man. That's a stop motion. It's actually a stop motion horror film kind of mixed with 8mm from Japan. And tonight it's premiering in Tokyo at a horror Japanese festival there.
No shit, dude. That's incredible.
I think this one's won 4 awards now. But,
that's crazy.
We're whores for the film industry. We have to give our lives up for it. So like for art, we have to make independent films for it to keep our sanity. So we're not wasting all our. Not I say wasting. Not that some of the stuff we get paid to do is not art, but it's not. You don't get the same fulfillment when it's not yours. You know what I mean? Or you don't have complete control over it. With our films, we can do whatever the hell we want. We generally do. Like I sent you one of our shorts. We made that in one day. That was a challenge. We had to write it, film it, and shoot it like within a week. But we shot all that, the devil's asshole, in one day.
Oh yeah, that's fun. I don't think I showed you that.
No, you
didn't.
didn't.
It's so good. It's so funny.
Maybe I'll post a couple of them in the.
You should.
Gastlecast group, because they're all over YouTube. We have stuff on YouTube that dates back to the year 2000. We've done like multiple chapters of like 1950 style serials. We've done crazy horror. We've done experimental like stop motion. We've done everything.
That's
puppets. Sick. Mostly horror though.
I love all that shit. That's really good.
Me too.
We have more questions.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Yeah, so Ernest wants to know what scene or scenes really got you interested in stop motion.
I mean, there's a Swedish stop motion artist called Jan Svinkmeyer. Like he's really awesome. Does really bizarre stuff. Like similar to but cooler than like old school Tool videos. I don't know if you remember those old creepy Tool videos.
Oh yeah.
He does stuff like that, but darker and weirder. And just the Rankin Bass, the old animation special, like, I'm an 80s kid, so all of that, the Inside the Refrigerator, Pee-wee's Playhouse, and just the act of it. I like the texture to it, because, it's like the shooting digitally and shooting on film, light captures the sensors in a digital camera and the sensors in a film camera. One would say the same, but there's a difference to it, because, like, you're physically capturing something with the film that was there, like physically. What I'm saying? There's something it couldn't be any different, But with stop motion, like, it's so many different little variables, like how you touch it, how it moves. If you do 30 frames a second or 12 frames a second, how it can change, and it's so tactile and so. I just love, like, you can see it. It has a spirit to it, and it's something that's not alive. Seeing it come alive, like, it immediately catches your eye. Whereas CGI, you can make CGI do whatever the fuck you want, and especially now, people can be like, oh, whatever. But if you do it with stop motion, people are going to watch it, because it's going to, like, your mind knows that it's real and it shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really like this style.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I really dig it.
Stop motion was big for me. I think when I was growing up, my dad used to watch a lot of what's the Greek mythology film?
Ray Harryhausen.
The Ray Harryhausen stuff. Yeah. So all of that was like sort of the first time I'd ever seen stop motion, and then
he's like the godfather of stop motion in film. Yeah,
it was that, and then RoboCop.
Yesterday was Ray Harryhausen Day.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, Jason and the Argonauts is epic for me. That's
that's
the
it.
one famous one where there's like skeletons fighting.
Yep, Jason and the Argonauts. That was a huge
Yeah.
one. And then RoboCop and Terminator were two big stop motion. Like they had their scenes in it, and that was always something that got me excited as a kid. You know, you got to see these big robots and things moving around. Badass. The CGI of its time. Did you go to film school or did you learn all of this on your own? Zombie Monkey is asking.
No, I'm self-taught. You know, I started making movies. I want to say 9 or 10 with a VHS camera. Now then it was just me. I even had this backpack contraption where it was a piece of wood that I would strap to my back with different holes drilled into it, so I could stick like a pipe in there to get it to hold the camera for me, so I could shoot myself at different angles and move at the same time.
Wow.
But I taught myself that I originally went to school to be a mortician, and I soon discovered that wasn't for me, and it really had nothing to do with the bodies and stuff. It just had to do with I didn't like dealing with people on the worst day of their lives every day. So I ended up with a degree in philosophy.
Wow.
And then I taught 5th through 8th grade for like 7 years, and then I live in Atlanta, and all this time I've been making movies, and so the film business started to pick up here. Like they started to make features and shows here around 2007, or they always have, but it really started to pick up. And friends that I make movies with getting jobs in it, and so they said, hey. Because they were just grabbing people wherever they could, say, hey, you should really come work in film. And this is in the middle of a recession. So, no, thank you. I can't get fired. I have insurance, I'm good. But then I went on maternity leave, and they said, come over here for like 2 weeks and just check it out. And so I wanted to go see what the, a quote unquote Hollywood film set was like. So I went and realized, at least the people who were there that they were hiring, a lot of them didn't know shit. I'm not knocking them, because everybody's got to start somewhere, but I'm talking like you had this idea of what a movie set is in your head, and it takes a village, so to speak, all the different departments. I'm not gonna say anything, but everybody has to start. But me and my friends, we've been making fucking movies for 15 years at this point. You know what I'm saying? So we were way ahead. And then I got my first paycheck, and I was like, fuck that. I called the principal. I was like, sorry, I'm not coming back to work. I'm gonna keep making movies. And she's like, no, you can't. The kids love you. We love you. What's going to happen to the library? And I told her how much I'm making. She's like, oh, yeah, you should definitely stay. So self-taught and still learning. We still learn tricks all the time. And, unfortunately, I get not right now because the fucking writers are on strike and the actors are about to go on strike. But, normally I get to make movies for people during the day. Then on the weekends and whenever we get free time throughout the year, we make our own movies. So it's constantly, learning things and incorporate them into what we wanted. It's like now I get to take this knowledge and make things with you guys in ways you get to use things that you didn't think you would, to help people out.
I mean, we feel lucky. We've come a pretty long way. We started off thinking that we would make all these cartoons for all of our different figures, only to find out that it's an expensive thing, right? Having cartoons created. So we decided that we would move away from that, and now we found, working with you and doing stop motion is a really great alternative. And I think it comes across a little bit better than the animation. The animated films or the animated bits that we made, people didn't really seem to care at all. We didn't get any feedback, really. I would say that out of all the things that we've ever done in terms of introducing a character or getting people amped up for it, your video did your artwork did the most. So we appreciate that. You killed it big time, and
thank you.
I consider us lucky that we met you and your wife and are friends of ours, and lucky that we can work with you. We're real lucky for that.
Man, thank you guys, and thank you. And there's so many kind words and messages I've gotten from the group members and some of the regulars who we always talk, and come out the gang of 15 who are always and everything. That they've been very supportive, and just randomly, just everybody. Thank you. Like I said, sometimes we include stop motion and things, and a lot of the younger generation, they see it and they're like, oh, that's hokey, that's cheesy, they're not into it, and I never know how people are going to think about when you do something that's considered dated.
So let's take a different trajectory. We have we got some super chats.
Yes.
So let's mention those.
I want to say thank you very much to John B. I will butcher your last name if I try to say it.
I think it's
thank
Borisy.
you. We have received 2 super chats from you, and I heard that you missed the Tiki Gastley drop, but you got your Tiki Gastley shirt, and I just want to say thank you so much.
That's awesome.
So much. Thank you, John.
Yeah. The shirts are awesome. I'm so excited about them. I hate button-up shirts. Like, I just fucking hate them. And this shirt I put on and immediately fell in love with. And I just ordered a Roosevelt shirt. What is it? RSVLT. It's a company that does button-up shirts. I loved this shirt so much that I wanted to go order more. So I did. So I have a new Roosevelt Transformer shirt coming in real soon. I'm super excited about it. Oh my God. Have you ever been on the website? No? Oh my God. Roosevelt's, they have some really cool button-up shirts. They're not cheap. They're like $70, but they're super sick. Like, they do all sorts, Star Wars, Transformers, G.I. Joe. They have all sorts of stuff. The one thing about this button-up shirt that we were doing with Route 1 Apparel that's shocking to me, knowing that Roosevelt, they're kind of expensive. You see a lot of these button-up shirts that are kind of high-dollar shit. Yeah. Our shirt is actually really affordable. That's the one thing. I didn't think that you'd come up with that kind of price, Heather, but you did. You came up with a good price.
I thought it was going to be a minimum of like $60 to $70 because everything that we do, like our figures and
everything's so niche.
We don't do very many of these, so it costs more to produce these, which is why, the reason for the higher price point than, say, like Funko products, because they mass produce in tens of thousands. And I was thinking that these shirts were going to be incredibly expensive, but they're more expensive than any other shirt that we've done, but they're not as pricey as I thought that they would retail at. So I'm like so thrilled, and I'm thrilled over the quality. Like, when we got those in the mail, I was like, holy crap, these are amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're great. Great shirts.
Yeah, and somebody actually asked me today, they said, is this like one of those sort of like stiffer, like, not such a comfortable material? And I'm like, no,
it's not burlap sack material.
Yeah,
it isn't.
Is like,
and by the way, I just want to throw this out there. We have washed mine so far because after first washing, that's when you realize like what it's really going to feel like. Yeah, it is good after the first wash.
It is so soft. Like, I want all of my clothes to be made
100%.
out of that material.
100%. It's really good.
I'm sad that it would get dirty after wearing it because I would wear it every single day.
I wouldn't hype anything that I thought was shit. It really is good stuff. It's good shit.
We do have a couple more questions. Sure. So Devante said that he is a graphic designer, but he finds himself getting creative blocks and normal stints of self-doubt. How do you stay in it, Nick?
I could show you.
Sure.
My house is a temple. I don't decorate my house for company or my workspaces. Like, I surround every surface, every bit of wall space, things and projects that I enjoy and inspire. I cover everything with it. I just constantly immerse myself in art. I make art, try to make something every day, collage or drawing or something. I would just say, like, it's like totems. Like, pops are totems. Everybody thinks like, what, it's this business, it's that business, this team, this band. What it is a totem of something you're into. I'm saying? Something that you resonate with, essentially. So I would just say, surround yourself with what inspires you, and don't let negativity creep in. And when it comes to commercial art, things you have to do for work, just detach it. Just go through the process, check and try to check the boxes for what the client wants, so to speak. But try to keep some of your spirit in it. But at the end of the day, just get paid.
Yeah, 100%.
But when it comes time to stay inspired, I would say make sure you're doing your own art. That's what I was saying when we make our own movies. That's to keep us inspired, so we don't get broken down by the industry machine. Because now we love our jobs, but at the same time, like when working on something, I don't know, like I did Sweet Magnolias, and like that's just basically like a soap opera on Netflix. You know, like that's not my thing. Like, and while I still did my job the best I could every day and made all their sets and they were happy, like I wasn't fulfilled by that. Now, sometimes the jobs I do will be fulfilling because I'm interested and I'm getting inspired by it, but those are just bullshit. You know, hospital, police station, bedroom, hospital, diner, bedroom, you know, like same things you see in every single show ever. So I would just say, like, if you're a graphic designer, make some stuff that you're into, make some fan art for things. And that's one thing for me. Like I take things like, I could show you right now. I'm wearing one of them. Like, you know, things that you're into, make something of that, you know, like make your, and this goes for anybody, not just artists, working artists, but anybody, you know, like if you make something, having made it and something you have a connection with, you know, even if no one ever sees it, you've created it. You've taken something that was on the inside and put it out. It's like putting your hand on the cave wall and saying, fuck you, I was here. You know what I mean? This is what I'm into. This is what inspires me. And I think that will keep you going, you know, but you have to be making. I tell everybody this, any artist that's not making an art, you know, you have to make, you know, like you have to create, like, or you can't just let it go stagnant, or you will get depressed, or you will get blocked because, you know, you're not doing it. So, you know, just try to, outside of work, just try to have something you can always be working, always have a project you can be working on. That's what I,
yeah, that's sort of what happened with me now. I mean, because for many years I didn't have an outlet anywhere, and I didn't know what I was. It was almost like I was lost. Like in life, I was lost. I didn't know what to do with myself in times where, you know, work wasn't happening. I wasn't hanging out with friends. I would just come home, and then it was just me with myself. But now that we have, you know, Gastlecast and we have Mischief Toys and we have all these different things that we're working on, I feel fulfilled all the time. And I always suggest that people, you know, find whatever their fulfillment really is, right?
Yep. I had this conversation with a friend the other day. She's really depressed and she's, you know, trying to decide which way to go with things. And she was asking similar advice. And the subject of goals and dreams came up. And I tried to explain to her, and this is just my perception. This is not back to anybody. I'm just saying this is my experience, my perception kind of thing. You know, with a dream can often be a distraction. A dream is not real. You know what I'm saying? A dream can be like, even you know it's so far away that it's almost unattainable. You almost set yourself up like, oh, my dream job, my dream house, my dream whatever it may be. You know, it's a dream. But when you have a goal, you fucking know it's a goal.
Yeah.
You know, like when you know, if it's a goal, you know it's a goal because you'll do it. You know what I'm saying? If not, it can be a dream. It's not, I'm not saying that dreams are bad, but dreams can be distractions from your actual goals. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like you have to come down to the base of like, what's keeping me from that goal? You know, what dreams are just, you know, how can I make this dream my goal? Because until you make it your goal and not a dream, you will have distractions and you'll have like, you'll try to make excuses why you can or this or that, you know, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I would just, you know, try to like, you know, merge the two together. But like you said, when Mischief Toys starts off as this thing, you're thinking about it, but now it's a fucking goal. It's a compulsion. You have to do it. You know, like I'm saying, like you're inspired every day. You have all your energy into it. It's a goal. You know, like you are working towards it actively.
Yeah. No, it's adding a brick every day, right?
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you want to be an artist, you would do whatever. I mean, it's silly to say, but something every day, like stop motion, you know, like doing that, you're one closer to being done. Doing one step, you know, like one step, like every little bit, you're a little bit closer. But if you never start, you never will, you know, kind of thing. You have to start. Yeah. Things will snowball, you know, and once you see results, you do more and more. Like that's a lot of people don't start because they want instant results, instant gratification. You know, like we've been trained like that as children, you know, the 90s and 80s and stuff, you know, like they have instant gratification. So any time of waiting or work is like, you know, detrimental to some people. I think, you know, just get started and seeing results, man, people quite often take off after that, but they don't put in enough effort to get to the result part is the problem a lot of the time.
Oh, absolutely. We have watched a lot of YouTube channels start up and sort of like, I don't want to use the word die off, but maybe die off, but just like sort of go away. And it more or less is because people are expecting something like 1 million views, right, in their first couple of videos that they make, and it just doesn't work out that way. And we've sort of we've stayed relevant in the Funko community, but we're not one of the biggest Funko channels out there. But I would say that we have a very strong fan base, and that's something that's really big for me, is that we have a bunch of people who are just so interested in sort of like what we do and interested in what our voices have to say. But getting to where we are today, which isn't even like the biggest thing you could be in the Funko universe, has been hard, right? You have to work every day and put out content and find ways to find relevance, find ways for people to even kind of include our channel in their day. But I feel like we've done a pretty good job with that in terms of finding where our place is in the Funko community, in the collectors community. And it's been fun.
You've done it in your own voice. You've done it on your own terms. Absolutely,
yeah. Because I wouldn't want to go and just do what everybody else does and sort of, I don't want to use, I'm going to say it anyway, sell our soul, right? Just sort of, we're just going to do this because that's what's popular. I never wanted to do anything like that. And that's sort of the same, it's sort of more on brand, I guess, with Mischief Toys. Mischief Toys, we're going to do what we want to do, and we hope that you jump on board with us. But if you don't jump on board with us, that's okay. We're going to keep trucking. And again, I think we've done all right so far, for sure. Mm-hmm. Mischief Toys there's a lot of really great things coming here soon in terms of, plush Ghastly. What do you think of plush Ghastly, Nick? You've seen it.
Yeah, I dig it. I mean, and Vincent, plushies aren't my huge thing, obviously. But, I love Ghastly, and Vincent, my son, he saw it immediately say, "Ooh, we have to have one of those." Right. Like he wants one. Like he hasn't, he's not really into toys. His main thing is Lego. So he's not even really into figures in general, but he sees Ghastly everywhere, but as soon as he saw stuffed Ghastly, he's like, I want one of those.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, he's definitely going to get one.
Oh, for sure, yeah. The plush Ghastly is something that's really big for me. When I was a kid, I had a plush, it's a long story, but when I had open heart surgery as a kid, and when I was in the hospital, I was given a little koala bear. He was just a koala, like a little sitting koala with his little nose, and it was named Heart Bear because I had open heart surgery. So it was my little Heart Bear. So I carried Heart Bear with me pretty much all the way up into my teens. And then Heart Bear sort of like got lost for a while. A dog got a hold of him, ripped his nose off, right? But years ago, I ended up finding Heart Bear again, and I have him again. Now he's in my home. But plush has always been sort of a big deal for me. I've always liked plush. I never really collected it, so to speak, but I've always liked it. I think they look good. I think they're fun. My son has a bunch on his bed, similar to, you mentioned that your son likes the plush Ghastly. And we've had so many people ask us about making a plush Ghastly so they would have one either for themselves or for their kids. And I think that this particular plush Ghastly will sort of fit into the lives of people who love Ghastly, right?
It's great for the collectors because, the way you guys designed him to sit is, because, we have like little Creature from the Black Lagoon and Bride of Frankenstein little things, but they're all stiffed, and you try to display it and it's just like stuck there. The way he could sit there and you can put in your other Ghastly figures around him and incorporate him to a display is great. Yeah.
Oh man. We got our final order that came in this week, all the photos, and now it's in manufacturing, so it's being completed. So we have 3 different versions that are coming. I'm not going to get into the 3 different versions, but you can make your guesses. Obviously, common Ghastly, the red one. So we have 3 different blushes coming. They're all really great. We most likely would drop them right around the same time, at least the first batch of them. I think you guys are really going to dig it. Can't wait until we finally unveil them.
No, the first 2 don't get dropped there at the same time.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, we're not dropping all 3?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Oh.
No.
I thought we were.
Mm-mm.
No?
There's a
Heather's the schedule person.
Yeah, there's a method to our madness.
Okay, Heather's got a schedule.
You drop them all at once, and then we won't have any forever.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna drop like the 3, but like a certain amount of the 3. out the gate, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. But we do have 3 different ones coming, and they're really, really great. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what that. Do you know what that comment means?
I don't
know
see
what that comment means.
Hold
The
on.
bottom one. I'm not sure what that means.
Oh no! So okay, so
Okay,
they're
or we-
asking about the SDCC box of fun.
Gotcha,
I don't
gotcha,
know.
gotcha.
So we're confused as to how many items are in it. Chris seems to think that there are 6 items. I think that there's 5, but I don't know. So it all depends on how many items that they drop. But if it is 6, generally, I don't know. I don't know. Funko will announce
More
the
information will
price
come.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah, more information will come. John Borsey, thank you so much. Oh my God. Adam Craig, are we going this weekend? So I don't think so. Heather and I have sort of thought about this whole Nashville thing because the last couple of days have been just unbelievable with Ghastly stuff, shipping everything out. We also have to, wrapping everything up over the last couple of days. Tomorrow is when we ship everything out. We shipped out a couple or maybe 7 boxes full of stuff. Tomorrow we have to ship out 15 boxes full of stuff. There's just so much. We're tired. I don't know if next weekend is a good idea for us to drive 10 hours to go somewhere.
No, you keep saying 10 hours.
You said 30.
It's like
Heather's got to poop, so it's 13 hours.
No, it's a solid 12-hour drive when it's not in the middle of the night.
Exactly. So it's rough. I don't know. It probably won't work out. I would love to go. I'd love to be a part of Funko history, being there for the first time that they're doing something. Actually, the very first stop. It's my understanding that Top Pops will be at this thing.
He might not be.
Or might not be.
No.
Hey.
Hey.
What?
His business is not our business.
Oh, no. I thought that was public stuff.
I don't know.
Oh, shit. Well, that's what I thought when you told me the other day. I didn't know that. Okay, well, I'm dropping information.
I don't think he's going to Nashville.
Okay,
no.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I apologize for that. But in any event, this would be something cool to go to just to say that we did, but at what cost? It's just, we're just so tired. I'm worn out.
Well,
really
they also posted the other day on Instagram that wristbands will be handed out at 7:30 in the morning.
I'd rather die in a fire.
Yeah, fuck that. You know that people are going to be camping out overnight. Like,
God.
The box isn't that great. Like, we would be going for the experience, not the box. I don't care about
I really don't care about
Batman.
the box at all.
People are going to get
don't.
there at 8 o'clock the night before.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course,
If
of course.
not 8 o'clock, like, tonight.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know where people are going to park in Walmart's parking lot for the actual business.
yeah, it's going to be nuts. I
No
don't know. I just... It's very undesirable, and I really wanted to go, but the more I thought about it, like... If we had more than 4 days, I'd be happier doing it. But we would realistically have to drive no matter what, like 6 hours a day.
Yeah, it's a lot. And with all the things that we have going on in life, I'll be honest with you, as like really shitty as this might sound, considering that we're on a Funko channel, I really just don't even care anymore. Like, I don't even care. Like, I like talking about it. I like to summarize what's going on to get people to understand what's going on with NFTs. I like to talk about the different events and our thoughts behind them. But actually attending them, like going to fun days and all this stuff, like I hate to say it, I just don't care. I really don't. I don't care as much. The only reason why I want to go to Nashville is because it was the very first time it was ever going to happen. Like, in other words, if there was the very first fun days that was ever going to happen, I'd be like, oh, that's really cool. Let's go and do it because it's the first time it's ever happened. We can say that we were there. But in general, we don't even buy Funko stuff anymore. Like what?
No, we do buy
Not
Funko
that
stuff,
often.
but not
Not
like
that
we
often.
used
Not
to.
like we used
But
to,
to be fair, we don't have much space. But
Yeah, it's true.
This
Maybe that's
would-
why.
this would be the perfect time for us to go and get that camper I've been talking to you about. We could get the camper. We could camp in Walmart's parking lot and be all set up for the 7:30 wristbands. Go back to our camper, make some bacon and eggs, have a good time. We got our wristbands on, no big deal, and then hang out until it's
I
showtime.
want to spend my money on a warehouse to store all of our shit. That's what I want. Okay, let's talk about separate things. So today, Heather and I, Nick, you're part of the conversation, so you jump in. We were wrapping and getting everything ready to ship out today and yesterday and the day before, and it's been just unbelievable. You know, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like this, Nick, but you're like doing something, you're involved in something, and you're like, oh my God, I've done so much, and the clock has passed, 5-6 hours. I must have gotten done so much so far. And you turn around and like everything is like stacked up still behind you, all the things that you still have to do. That is what's been happening to us over the last couple of days. It just felt like we were barely chipping at the surface.
It was never
like I never thought it was going to end, because what we did was we made a fatal error. I made a fatal error. I told Heather, I said, it's probably best that we drop Tiki Gastley prior to STCC, because it gives people the opportunity to buy it and then continue to feel like they can save and get ready for STCC. So we thought what we were trying to do was help people so they could, one, be ready for STCC and also sort of get some stuff out of the way, right? That was the idea. What I didn't realize is that all the toxic merch was going to show up. So we have to wrap all the toxic merch. We have to wrap all the tiki merch. We have to be ready for everything.
Hold on. Can I just make a note that he didn't realize the toxic merch was going to show up when he actually had a weekend off? So he had to be involved in wrapping it. See, normally, and I'm not putting Chris down at all because he works very hard editing our videos every night.
Here we go. I'm about to get hit.
But with the Pride stuff,
I'm about to be taken down right now.
I would say 90% of that was me. Like, Chris helped assemble some boxes, but realistically, like, he's so bogged down nightly editing videos that generally I'm the one trying to take care of that. And Max actually was a big help too. But you did a little bit, but nothing like what we did together in the last couple of days. So this was like the first real drop, I think, where Chris was like heavily involved. Like, you've helped a lot with other drops, but not to the extent that you did this weekend.
I don't think that's true. Zombie was sort of the same thing.
Zombie was like half the piece count.
How about Toxic? Didn't I help in Toxic? I didn't?
No.
I didn't help in Toxic.
You might have packed like maybe 20 boxes.
Oh, come on, 20 boxes. Are you serious?
You do that all the time where you don't realize how little you do.
Little I do!
When it comes to the Mischief toy stuff, yes. Absolutely.
Oh my God, I'm being knocked down a couple pegs here. I mean, I've been helping out, I thought. No?
No, what I'm saying is not like you did this weekend.
Is this your way of calling me a piece of shit?
No, did I not just say that you edit all the time?
No, but that's
like you telling me I don't do as much as you with Gastlecast, because I don't. I sit in front of the camera and I record, but the real magic is when you're spending hours editing.
No, the real magic is when we're making love in front of the camera. And when I say making love, we're making content.
Is when I fart and you're not expecting it.
When you fart. That fart was something else. I don't think I've ever dealt with anything like that before in my life.
Whoever smelt it dealt it.
No, it smelled like being like in a, I don't know, like a church full of nuns who have a gas problem. That's what? Yeah, it was something like that. They're all shitting their pants. But this weekend was really crazy at trying to get everything ready, because for some reason I thought Toxic wasn't going to be here for like another week. I'm kind of glad it worked out this way, because we were able to knock out a lot at one time.
Yeah.
But holy shit, was that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Overwhelming. It was very overwhelming.
Packing the figures is easier than packing the shirts, because with the shirts you have to have them organized and you need to know what size you're pulling, and that's like grueling. And you really have to pay attention to the packing slips like hardcore.
Nick Fillet said I'm the emotional support animal. I'm the emotional support animal. Parts. Yeah, so we actually are getting everything out for Tiki Gastley tomorrow. So you should have your Tiki Gastleys at least by the end of the week, wouldn't you say? By Friday? I mean, those who are in country. If you're out of the country, then maybe a little bit longer. But you guys should have your stuff really, really soon. Look,
I have to say, man, like to everybody, of all the Gastleys that's been put out in toys in general in recent memory, this one is special. When you have it in your hand, there is literally like a life to it. I mean, I know it says the guy who's made him come alive for hours every night, but literally there's something to it. This one is special. Like when you get it, it has a certain life to it that you're really gonna dig. Like this thing is so. The pictures and videos don't do it justice.
I agree.
It really doesn't.
I agree. We
I mean, there's so much you just can't experience until you have it in your hand. All the different angles, the wood carving. I mean, this is something special, and I really do think like this is going to be one of those sleeper things that's going to branch out into so many other collectible communities that people are going to regret not having it and going to be fucking coming after it.
How many other toy companies have made a Tiki related figure?
Oh, there's tons of Tiki stuff. You know,
there?
but little figures, something like this. I haven't seen something in recent memory. You know, and the perfect thing is like perfect next to Tiki cups.
Oh yeah, the Geeky Tikis.
Or just, I mean, anything like, you know, they always display them on a shelf and like it's tall enough to where you can put him in there and it goes with the aesthetic. Like I totally see Tiki collectors coming after him. I really do want it. Just you know, like a lot of them are very specifically mugs and like they have their whole Tiki bar set up, you know, like the whole aesthetic in their basement kind of things. So they're not like, I'm not generalizing here, but most of them aren't toy collectors, but something like this on their shelf would be like, check, you know.
What was your thought about us going sort of off the reservation and making a Tiki figure? Like
when I first saw it, I was like, I have to say, it was unexpected. I mean, even the little tits and bits and you guys have like exposed, stuff that's coming up. Like this one was like so different. I would have never expected it. It really is. Like I think it's a game changer for you, for the world and the collecting community, because all the different figures we have of Ghastly and the variations is one thing, but this shows like now whenever you have a drop, you have no idea. It could be anything. It could be any size, any type of character, and that I love it. Like when I sit here when I first got it in Oakland, it just showed up one day, and I was like, I know what this is. And when I took it out first, after looking at the box forever, I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna open it now. Like I was shocked. I really was shocked. I was like, all the times we talked, you never gave me the Tiki vibe, like, or let me know anything like that. I was totally unexpected, and I loved it, but I was shocked.
Yeah, because I was thinking.
I use the term mind blown a lot, but like I was kind of like, you have ideas of what to expect, and when it showed up, it checked nothing, none of the boxes. I wasn't even in the orbit of what was coming. What the next one was going to be.
Yeah, I'm huge into Tiki stuff. I love Tiki stuff a lot. When I say I'm huge into it, it's something I really like. I don't own a lot of Tiki stuff, but anytime I see it, I always think about like the Tiki Room. It reminds me of Disney related stuff. We went to the Tiki Bar, Trader Sam's, and that stuff, that Trader Sam's bar in general is just mind blowing. But
I collect all we get all the Haunted Mansion mugs, because we get Haunted Mansion everything. But we have all of those that have been put out so far. You have to go to Trader Sam's and get a wristband and wait in line. It's a whole big fucking thing.
Absolutely. Wow. I love all that. I think that's great stuff. I really want to go to Trader Sam's with this figure. We're trying to go to Disney at some point this year. I want to take Max. I've been promising him I'm going to take him. But I think I'm going to take him to I think we're going to stay at Polynesian. That's what my plan is. I really want to stay at Polynesian, and I want to go to Trader Sam's, and I want to take this figure in there, and I want to take pictures of him in there. That's what I really want to do.
I would love. We used to go once a month. Back before things went down with COVID, we had season passes, so it's only like a 6-hour drive from Atlanta. Nice. So we would go down there all the time. We literally all the time.
Yeah.
Our fullest Morgan's page, you can see it died when COVID came around.
Yeah, I saw your photos like in front of Haunted Mansion and stuff.
Oh yeah, we used to be we had our own little thing for a minute where but we were like you guys do Funko. We were only Haunted Mansion, but that's all we were. Like we got married there. We one time we spent 7.5 hours. We didn't get off the ride. We broke the record. We rode it 65 times in a row.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah, we knew the staff pretty well, and very well. Because we when we would go to Disney World, sometimes we would only go to the Haunted Mansion, like all weekend. Like we wouldn't ride any other rides from open to close. We stayed at the mansion, so we got to know the managers and stuff, and we got to be known there a little bit, and within the
Wait,
community.
whoa! We can't just nonchalant
That's
just sort
where
of.
they got married.
I don't know. I get it, but we can't just roll over that. You
That's
rode
their
the ride
place.
65 times in
So
a row.
it was our anniversary, and they knew about it, and so they said, "Hey," because we would just get off and we would walk through the line and come back and go again and walk through the line and come back. And after like the 20 times of doing that, they were like, "Hey, why don't you guys just stay on? Because it's an omni mover, it just keeps going." And so just stay on. And I said, "Well, for how long can we stay on?" So, until you guys want, whatever you guys want, just stay on until you're done. And so we did not get off the ride. And when we did finally get off the ride, some of our compatriots met us and said we had bets, when you were getting off, because they have to use the bathroom eventually.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna
Big
ask.
change happened while we were on the ride, so all the people the lost because we stayed on there so long.
That's incredible.
So you didn't pee
Yeah, you
that
can't do
whole
that anymore.
time.
Post COVID, they have all these rule changes now, and I don't even get started on all that. But everything that we used to do at Disney, going and riding nothing but the Haunted Mansion, now with this stupid lightning lane and all these different rules they have, but Trader Sam's is awesome. If you guys go, we'll maybe we can be down there at the same time.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, we'll make that happen for sure. Because I want to stay at Polynesian Hotel in Disney again. Now, Heather and I did it for our honeymoon. It was a blast. But I really
That's where we had our reception, I guess you could say. Our dinner was at the Polynesian for our wedding.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I want to take Max. I want him to live all of that. You know what I mean? I want him to be able to see all of it. I think that would be fun for him for sure. Let's see. By the way, Zombie Monkey asks, is that an official record? 65.
Yes. Well, yes. We know the other person who we beat. He's a good friend of ours, and if he asks, we're nice and let him know that he's a leader. Yes. Well, verified from what we know, and what the mansion staff has told us. And it's never going to be beat now because you can't do that. You literally have. It takes 7.5 minutes. Well, this is the Walt Disney World Haunted Mansion we're talking here. Just the ride alone. And so you roughly can ride it with how many times it stops per hour for wheelchair access, about 7 times per hour. So in order to beat it, you're not going to, no one's ever going to do it, And we know the manager of Liberty Square and Adventureland, and no one's ever even come close.
That's
besides
crazy.
Jared. Besides, he's a huge friend of ours. Now we still hang out with him all the time too. He drives an Ecto 1. It's his daily driver.
His daily driver is an Ecto 1?
Yes.
Holy shit.
We met him through our love of the mansion. Yeah, he's an awesome guy too.
That is amazing.
Yeah. But you should definitely take Max. We'd love to be down there with you. We my wife has been all over. Rachel's been all over me about going because it's been far too long. Since we've been
well, we're definitely gonna make it happen then, for sure. We got to make it happen. Well, maybe we'll make a day out of it. We'll ride.
Yeah, man.
We'll ride the Haunted Mansion 66 times this time.
We do have a rule though, but just so you know, it's called first and last. When we get there, it has to be the first ride we ride, no matter what, and it has to be the last ride we ride, no matter what.
Cool, I'm down.
Funny story about that one time. So we get there really early. We're at rope drop, so we're walking on. We're just about to go into the mansion. It's maybe 8:30, 9:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, depending on what type of year this was. And as we're walking up, we see a maid click the stanchion. Wait, say, how are you closed already? How did it break down already? And basically, somebody had spread their ashes on the Haunted Mansion. And don't ever do that because they have to bring in this whole bio team and clean up.
Oh no!
So we had to wait. And it's another time where we just sat there because we couldn't ride in or do anything else until we rode the mansion. And it took 5 hours for them to reopen the ride.
Oh.
So, but we sat there at the gate forever at the rope waiting on, and they kept betting that we would leave and saying we would leave, and we didn't. And that time when we went through, it was really awesome. The manager pulled us to the side. She said, we all thought for sure you guys were going to go. So they gave us this certificate or where we could go over to Memento Mori, which is like the Haunted Mansion gift shop.
Yeah.
And we could get anything we wanted, like anything, whatever
What?
we wanted, each one of us. So she said, we haven't given one of these out in forever. Even the person was shocked. She had to call someone to make sure they were legit. They're like, literally one free, whatever we wanted in the store, each of us, to, it was me and my wife, to get, because we sat there for 5 hours waiting on the ride to open.
Holy shit! So I've been going Disney since I was a little kid. Love Disney. I need to make it more of a thing for Max as he grows up, because for me, growing up, it was such a big deal to go to Disney. But my favorite thing to do, there was right next to the castle is a place, and I'm just throwing this out there. Now we're having a personal conversation instead of just being live. But there's a place right next to the castle where they serve. It's on if you're looking at the castle, it's on the left of the castle. It's a place where they serve funnel cakes. You ever gone there?
Funnel cakes. They have like right to the left of the castle. They have a stand that has like roasted almonds.
Yes.
The Mickey pretzels.
That's where the funnel cakes are in there. So we get funnel cakes there, and then we eat at the little tables, and then we watch the parades go by and shit. That's like one of my favorite things to do there, because I used to do that with my family when I was growing up. So I do that anytime I go. So I'm the reason why I'm saying all this is because we're doing that if we meet up when we're there.
I know you should go to the Halloween event then. Go to the Halloween parade. That's one of the best parades.
I've done that. And so the night that happened, it was, not to bring up old shit, but it was my first honeymoon with my ex-wife. We rode the Splash Mountain, which is no longer there. We rode it like 7 times in a row, because no one was going through it. Exactly. So we just took the advantage of just riding as much as we possibly could. We rode so much that night, but the Splash Mountain we rode like 7 times in a row. I don't think we broke any records like Nick Morgan, but we rode a lot.
So one of the best time to ride the rides is during the parade. And I'll tell you, for us, one of the best places to watch the fireworks, don't be near is at the mansion, because if you get in the line at the mansion where the line splits, you can go to the exit and sit there right at the exit, and you have a very clear view of the entire fireworks show, but you look at the mansion instead of the castle, and no one's around you. You're not crammed in with 10,000
Oh, that's cool.
people.
Oh, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. So we're going to meet up at Disney with Nick and crew, and we're going to have a funnel cake
Good.
right down there in Magic Kingdom. That's going to be awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the photo package that they give you at Disney, and then we can all get a picture down there, and there'll be like ghosts and shit all over us. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Photo pass.
Oh, dude, that photo pass is amazing. I wouldn't go any other way. That's the best. Let's see. I went to Disney my first time when I was 26. Wish I could have gone as a kid. Yeah, as a kid, it's amazing. I went there. My parents love Disney. I love Disney now as I have grown up and gotten a lot older. I'm thankful that no matter what happened in my childhood, we went there. That was a big deal. Did you go a lot?
I've only been once before I met you.
Really?
Yeah, I was 12. We never vacationed when I was a kid. My grandma, so...
You guys are always busy on that boat, though. Right?
We were, yeah. My dad and I never vacationed because he's always owned his own business.
Yeah.
But my grandma would take us every summer to Busch Gardens and Water Country in Williamsburg.
Mm-hmm. I've never been there.
Oh my gosh, they're both fantastic.
I've never been. I've always heard
They're
good things that I've never been.
Yeah, both of them are great, and they're not that. They're like 5 hours away from us. We should go sometime.
Is that the one where it's Colonial Williamsburg? Did you ever do that?
Yeah, we did Colonial Williamsburg. It was cool.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
I've
really
always
fun
wanted
to
to
see.
do that. I've never done it.
It's historical stuff,
Yeah.
like cobblestone
Yeah.
streets. That was a lot of fun. But Water Country was like the highlight because I've always loved water slides. They're so much fun. And
You're a water girl. You
Yeah.
like water.
I love water,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
As
grew
an
up on the
adult,
water.
though, I might feel differently about it because of like shared public.
Oh my god, me too.
Pools,
Hotel,
like
even hotels now for me, like really do me in. Like I have a hard time resting in a hotel. We went to what was it, the Living Dead weekend, and we stayed in that bed. And at night, I couldn't stop thinking about, like, how far did they go and clean this bed right now? You know what I mean? No, seriously.
I
Like,
do the same, but
how
I have
far
been
did
not.
they go? Did they really clean this bed, or did they just like, you know what? It's not really that dirty. Just leave everything on. You know what I mean? Because I feel
Well,
seriously, that's how I feel like I gotta go
I
pee pee. I'm gonna go pee pee.
know-
You tell Nick.
Well, no, I'm telling you, I know that they didn't fully like.
Don't say
vacuum.
it. Don't seriously. Don't say it. Just
I found.
listen.
I
No,
found,
please don't.
You
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Listen, that's in the past.
I don't want to know. No, I really
We were
don't want to
already
know.
there.
I don't want to know.
I didn't
don't
tell
want
you
to
while
know.
we were there.
I don't want to know.
I'm
You're
telling
gonna gross me out.
You know the plastic things that are on your clothing with the tags? I found some of those on the floor next to my side of the bed.
You're gonna make me throw up.
Yeah, it freaked me out.
I'm gonna throw up.
But to be fair, though, I think a vacuum cleaner can, like, skip that. Like, I thoroughly checked the sheets, and they were very clean.
No.
Except for your whole pillow, there was, like...
Don't you dare! No. You're gonna make me sick.
So we're meeting up in Disney, huh?
I guess so.
Besides the Haunted Mansion, what's your favorite ride?
Second place is probably a close tie between Ariel's Undersea Adventure
I never
and
did that.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I also like Splash Mountain. That's a lot of fun. I remember.
Yeah, I did. It's not there anymore, unfortunately. But you know,
Yeah.
a new one is coming.
Yes, yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with it. I
Yeah,
just
I'm all
love
for
the
it.
ride. I love a good log flume. Like,
Yeah.
that's my favorite type of ride. I remember the one time I went to Disney as a kid, we went during Christmas time. My dad, my sister, and I drove down there. I was 12, and it was in like the 60s, maybe 70s, like weather-wise, not time-wise, because I'm not as old as Chris. But it was pretty warm-ish, and I rode Splash Mountain so many times. It was so much fun. And
It's a nice chill ride in the summer. It's so long and it's relaxing. You get to cool off. You know, it's not over immediately.
yeah,
Man.
I love it. I love it so much.
And one ride I really loved a lot, but it's no longer at Disney World. It's only in Disneyland now, but I rode it a lot when I was younger, was Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Oh.
And to me, it's crazy that it's at Disney. I guess it's not at Disney World anymore, but you get to go these crazy adventures with this frog who gets drunk, steals a car, and goes to hell. You know, like, that's at Disney.
That's so much fun.
But it's not at Disney World anymore, only at Disneyland.
That's a shame. That is a real shame.
What?
You know, ever since me and Chris have been together, we've been to Disney twice. So we went once in 2016 and once for our honeymoon in 2020, right before the whole world shut down. And both times Splash Mountain, we couldn't get on it. And I was super bummed. And, like, the first time we went during the summer, so we technically could have gotten on it, but the lines were so outrageous. And I didn't want to wait in the lines. And we had Max with us. So it was one of those things where it was like, do we really want to wait in a line? Not just, like, for our sake, but for his. Like, he would be absolutely miserable, where me and Chris might have been able to handle it, but it's sort of like, is it worth it?
I'll tell you, man, one of the worst things that ever happened in Disney World was COVID, because it just changed everything, and it's just not the same anymore. But, you know, we were there literally like the day before they closed, you know, for whatever it was, 5-6 months. But we were also there just a few days after they reopened, when no one was, you know, they opened pretty quickly, like no one was really going out still. People were still kind of quarantined. It was amazing. I have photos at 3:00 in the afternoon of Main Street Disney World, and you cannot see a single person. Like we have video of Rachel like dancing in circles and twirling through Adventureland, and you cannot see a single person. Like these videos and photos should be impossible, and they are from now on, because it'll never be that way ever again. It's literally those couple of days we were there for that trip, like whatever it was, 3 or 4, like there was no one there. No, I mean, like, barely anybody. When I say barely anybody, you could get photos and full videos where and not encounter another person for
Wow.
good. It was crazy.
That's great. Yeah, because Heather and I, on our honeymoon, we were there right as the COVID kicked off. Like literally, we were there in what was it? End of February.
It was end of February.
End of February of 2020.
And that's when everyone first started talking about like
Well, people were.
We might have been there at the same time.
Well, people were saying COVID to us, like over text from home. They're like, "Hey, when you come back, there's a lot of COVID things going on." Especially my work was telling me this, and I was like, "Okay." I didn't understand what it meant until we got home. I was like, "Oh, COVID. Oh, okay, it's a pandemic." I had no idea. It was so weird, wasn't it?
It was really
like we
weird.
came home and it was a totally different world.
It was almost like we time traveled or something.
It shut down
Yeah.
the movie industry. Think about this: World War II did not stop the movie industry. Like World War didn't stop it. Like all these things have never stopped movies from being made. COVID, there wasn't a single thing being made anywhere. And that's the only time it's ever happened, ever. So nobody was working. Like everything changed. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, for those who do not know, Nick works in the film industry. If you have questions about the film industry to a certain extent, I'm sure you can answer those questions.
Yeah, tell the writers to make a deal, or tell the producers to make a deal with the writers so I can go back to work.
Right, there you go. That's right. And until then, you'll be working for Mischief Toys, unfortunately for him. He did a brilliant job on the Tiki Gastley video. Can't wait to work with you more in the future. I'm super excited about that. I do want to direct you guys to MischiefToys.com. Right now, we have the Tiki Gastley shirt up for sale. It at a very low cost, by the way. It's like in the $40 range to get your very own shirt. Button up, very well made, very comfortable to wear.
Light, breathable, soft material. It is seriously my favorite shirt that I own right now. I've never worn a shirt that is something that doesn't fit with my style, because I never wear shirts like that.
Right.
That I've loved. Like,
well,
it's just so weird.
What I love about it is that
that I enjoy wearing a button-up
no,
shirt.
that Route 1 Apparel took the artwork on our boxes. We sent them, like, here's what the box looks like. Here's what the figure looks like. Come up with a shirt. And what you see is what you get. That is basically all the artwork that we got back from Route 1 based off of everything that we handed off to them. So I think they did a brilliant job. Super excited about the shirt.
Well,
I will be ordering multiple for myself.
And
because
it's only available this one time, right? It will never be printed again.
Only time. Yep. We may have a different variant next year. We have some really cool ideas for next year.
Depending on what we do.
Yeah, depending on how the sale is good this time.
Yeah. So the only way we can continue to do what we do is if things go well. And, you know, as you guys have maybe noticed, we were asked about dad hats. So we decided to try to make dad hats, and the sales on those, not good. Not good at all. So I did try them again for Pride, and we actually sold more for Pride than we had for the other variants, but we have minimums we have to make and stuff. And if things just don't sell well, we tend to not do them again or do them very often. Yeah. But I do want to note that what Route 1 came up with is just images that our artists made.
Yeah.
So those are the flowers and little foliage on the shirt. And our artist also sent us the little skulls without the, what would you call that? The spear in their eye holes from the front of the box.
Yeah, the skulls being added to the shirt was the last minute thing. That wasn't originally on the shirt, but I wanted that added on. I thought that was important to the shirt, to the aesthetic, to the whole thing. And I feel like it adds a lot. So that's exciting. A lot of exciting things going on right now on Mischief Toys. And I just want to shout this out too. I found this out tonight, that the Funko Fanatics board, there's a little thread on there right now, or a pretty big thread as far as I could see, in reference to Mischief Toys. Thank you.
Which
for
I
that.
never thought. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Nathan, for starting that.
Thank you, Nathan Bakken, for starting the Mischief Toys conversation on the Fanatics board. If you guys aren't on the Fanatics board, you totally should be. It's the Funko Fanatics board. That's sort of like where the social media aspect of Funko took off from. All the old school Funko folks are on there chatting about all things Funko. It's really great. Go and join up. That's actually how Heather and I got our tickets for Fright Night last year. If it weren't for that, we probably wouldn't have gotten tickets. But you go in there, you basically say, hey, I want to go to Fright Night, and then you could be randomly chosen to go. And it all worked out for us. And no, it's not because we're YouTubers. It's because Heather and I are really cool, and we look really great in sunglasses. So there you go. Right?
No, it's because we look really great in Mischief Toys Tiki shirts, and if you want to look great too, just like us, you should go and buy
Sell that shirt, Heather. You better be selling that shirt, Heather. That's what I tell her every night. Sell that shirt.
Don't forget about the proto you're going to include with a shirt.
And hey, Nick is coming in super hot right now. He's saying we're going to be including a proto in with our shirt orders. So if you pick up a Tiki Gastley shirt, depending on the amount of shirts that are ordered, we will throw in a couple of the Tiki Gastley protos. It could be one proto depending on the orders. It could be two if we reach our maximum of 150. That's what we're trying to hit. If we hit 150, we are good to go and ready to rock and roll. Exciting, right?
Yeah, very excited.
Yeah. So we want to see everybody out there wearing Tiki Gastley shirts so we can continue doing the Tiki Gastley shirts into the future and doing some really exciting things. Yeah, we did say Proto Travis Balding. Yeah, we said Proto. Is there a video about Nathan talking about Mischief Toys on the Fanatics board? No.
The Fanatics board is like sort of like a Facebook, but like not, if that makes sense. It's an old school board. It's like a chat board that you talk through. There's no videos.
Yeah, no videos. Carlos Q, yeah, I wish that we could have a Tiki shirt for you on Fun Days or Fun Days time. They will not be available until about mid-August. That's when you guys will get your shirts. So you'll be able to end summer with your new Tiki Gastley shirt. Right?
Yeah.
But I think that's it. I think that's it for tonight's live. I just want to thank you, Nick. Thank you so much for coming on live with us this evening. It's been fun. Thank you for giving us insight on all things Georgia and Hollywood and stop motion animation. You're the best.
Cool, man. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and we have a lot more coming your way with Nick. We're going to be working with him on all sorts of fun things. It's going to be a blasty blast. So please go follow him on Instagram at Foolish Morgans. Go follow them on Instagram right now. Check them out. See what they're up to. They're a great family. They deserve their very own show. They deserve like a...
We don't post a lot anymore, but you know the video we made a little while back is a joke. You know, that kind of inspired us to start making something again. Maybe we'll start posting on there again, not Haunted Mansion stuff.
Absolutely. You guys totally should. You guys are brilliant. The whole family's brilliant. Your kid is amazing. Well, I haven't met your daughter yet, but she seems amazing too.
She's in there. She's
Yeah.
like they're playing her bass or something.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's so freaking cool.
She is. Yeah, both your kids are really cool. Everybody's giving Nick a love in the comment section.
Oh, thank you guys. And I just want to say, you know, having found you guys, we stumbled across you guys. You know, me and my wife started Funko collecting together. It's like she doesn't really collect anything, but Funko is one thing we started collecting together. And you know, we started watching Funko videos just to have something to do at night that we could talk about and bond with each other. And we found Top Pops who would post every day and started watching him. And you know, like eventually we were like, there has to be somebody who has more like us, somebody that has more of our vibe and more of our thing, and not knocking what he was doing, because we still watch his shit sometimes too. But we found you guys posting every day and say, oh, this is more our vibe, and like I'm really glad we got to meet and connect. And yeah, man, I love the Mischief. I love Coven. Can't wait to see what you guys do.
Dude, you guys are our family now. You're part of the family, so we got a lot of work to do.
Anyone
Oh.
has funnel cakes with us at Disney is fam.
Right. Okay, can I share my new coven thing that I showed you
Of course,
earlier?
100%.
Oh yeah, I just created this today.
Look at that!
Oh my God! Look at that Coven of Mischief vest.
Wow.
That is incredible.
Oh,
God
it's my
damn it!
second-
I need one. I need one. I will send you money. Make me one. I need one.
We can talk about. Yeah, we can make it. We have to pick out the vest and all that, and we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, I need it. I need one. I need to rock one hard, very hard.
But thank you guys, and thank you thank you all the nice words that the Gastlecast fans and Mischief Toys fans said to me. Thank you. Yeah, I'll do more, Chris. They keep putting out figures. I'll keep making bullshit art to support it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank
You
you,
helped a
Nick.
lot. We appreciate you, man. You're the best. You are family. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. Of course, Tiki Gastley has been sold, but the Tiki Gastley shirts are up on MischiefToys.com right now. Additionally, we have Mischief Toys Toxic Ghastly hats, and they're awesome. I'm wearing one right now. They're really great. They're also black light reactive, so you can shine.
see it?
You can shine them
No.
boys. No, you can't.
But-
Yeah, it's not gonna look good right now.
If you
Here,
watch,
try,
Oh,
try,
okay.
try right there. Does that look good?
No.
Can you do? Hold on.
I can't
There you
believe
go.
the glow on the shirt. The
Oh, I
shirt is
know.
crazy.
I know. Look at here. Go ahead.
It's super bright.
I know,
mean,
it's
you
super
have that
incredible
light
bright.
behind you, but yeah, it's like crazy bright.
Yeah.
The hats are crazy bright. They're beautiful.
Yep.
I think there might be 2 left of the snapback and like 2 or 3 of the trucker hat left on the website. If
Yep.
you guys want to go and grab yours.
We put a very small amount on there because we didn't have much left. We ordered some extras, and that's it. Done deal. And the rest are going to my dad's getting a shirt. My dad's, I think we're going to give him a hat. We got all
I think
sorts
your
of stuff.
mom might have a shirt.
Mom might have a shirt. I think my kid has a shirt. So we're giving all that stuff away. But you guys go and order your hats right now. MischiefToys.com. Go and check it all out. Nick, thank you again. We appreciate you, brother. We love you.
You guys, I'll see you all soon.
All right, dude.
Talk to
Later.
you soon.
All right, guys. Remember, as always, we are together. Yes. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.